Hello, this is Lily, and in this video I'm going to explain how to calculate the maximum height and the range of a projectile. Firstly, we start with PhET simulation. We do some measurements, and after that we do calculation to see if we can get same answer as the simulation. Let's start. So as you can see here, I have a projectile, and the angle of launch that I have here is 80 degrees. Initial speed is 18 meters per second, and I chose no air resistance. So just I shoot the cannonball here. And as you can see, the maximum height is from this point that I shoot the projectile to the highest point here. Maximum height actually is when vertical velocity is equal 0, because as you know, we have initial velocity here that has two components, ux and uy, and uy actually is changing because there is a force acting on the object, that is gravity, is downward, opposite of the object motion. So as the object moves upward, actually it's the y component of velocity is decreasing. And at this point, that is the maximum height, Vy is equal 0. It means the object no longer rising and it begin to fall. So here is the maximum height. And I use this tape measure to calculate maximum height here. And then we do calculation to see if we can get same answer. You see the maximum height that I got here is 16.03 meter. We do calculations to see if we can get same results. As you know, at this point that we name it maximum height, our Vy is equal 0. And we know we have initial velocity u that has two components, ux and uy. So uy is equal u sine theta, that is equal 18 sine 80. Right now we want to find out about sy. It means the distance or displacement from this point, that is highest point, the point that we shoot our projectile. What's this S? So as you see, I have my Vy that's equal 0. I have Uy. And also we know in projectile motion, Ay is equal G equal 9.8 meter per second squared. I want to say upward direction as positive. So I can use this formula, V2 equal U2, V2 equal U2 plus 2AS. That I can change it to V2Y, AY, SY. And we know, so V is 0, so Z is 0 squared is equal 0, I will put 0 squared, plus as upward direction is positive, so AY is negative. And as a result, when we solve this equation, SY equal to 16.03 meter. And as it's positive and positive, the upward is positive, so it means upwards. This is one way for solving this problem. So I put this one, method 1. However, there's another method. We can say Vy equal Uy plus Ayt. By doing that, we can find the time, which time to move from this point to the highest point, that is time for half of the flight. t for half the flight. And so it's 0 equal, and when we have time, we can use this formula to calculate S. And we see both methods, we get same answer. But this one, the second method, just is a little bit longer. Right now, let's look at the horizontal distance that our projectile traveled, or in other words, we can say the range. The range is total horizontal distance traveled by the projectile. So what does it mean? It means our projectile starts from this point and it landed at this point. This distance between point, if I name this one point A and this one point B, this distance, we name it the range. Right now, let's use our tape measure and see what's the range. Okay, it's about 11.22. Let's go and do a calculation and see if we can get same answer. As you know, we measured the time for traveling from this point to this point. And this one, we name it T for half a flight, and it was 1.81 seconds. In this case, as you can see, we ignore air resistance. So the path of the projectile is symmetric, and also you can see projectile started from this height and landed at the same height. So we can say the total time of flight, T total, actually is 2 times 1.81. That is equal to 3.62 seconds. In addition, we know Ux is equal U cos 80 or equal 18 cos 80. And also we know sigma fx is equal 0. So as a result, ax equals 0. So vx is equal ux. So it's equal constant. So for finding the total distance that traveled by our projectile, actually we can use this formula, that is average speed equal total distance traveled divided by time taken. Average speed is constant. We know Vx equal Ux equals constant. Just we put 18 cos 80. And total distance traveled, that's, we name it range, is, I'll show it with X, and time taken is total time of flight, that is equal 3.62. As a result, X equal 11.31 meter to right. And it's close to something that we got from simulation. So I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.